The state of Pennsylvania has a new $45.2 billion budget. I'm pleased to be joined today by State Representative Jerry Knowles, who represents the 124th Legislative District. And this was his last budget to be voting on in his career as he is retiring, last day being November 30th. Representative Knowles, thanks so much for being here with us. What was it like knowing this was the last time you were voting on the budget process?
Well, Lisa, thank you for asking me to come on. The budget is always the most important document that we vote on, throughout the year, because it's just important to make sure that we provide all of the various departments with funding that they need, but also to be reminded that it's the taxpayers' dollars and it's coming out of the pockets of taxpayers. So you walk a thin line in terms of providing the necessary services and making sure that taxes are at least not raised, and some taxes, fortunately, we're going to be reducing this year.
I saw there's a reduction in the state's corporate net income tax and tax relief for small businesses. Got a press release from the Schuylkill Chamber that they were pleased with this. So how important was that for you?
Oh, it's very important, not only for me, but for small businesses. I mean, it's no secret that 9.99 is up, if not the most expensive, one of the most expensive corporate income taxes in the country. And it's good that we're going to be, I think the first year it's going to drop from 9.99 to 8.99. And then over the course of time, it'll take probably, I think it's 0.5% after that each year, so that by the year 2031, we should be somewhere in the area of 4.99%.
You were pleased with that? There were some things not so pleased with?
Well, there's a lot of things in the budget. What I say is that, number one, we've got lots of money, and that's good. We didn't have to raise taxes. That's good. There's no new taxes. That's good. But, when you look, you can say, well, we're very fortunate that we're going to be able to, put $2.1 billion more into the rainy day fund, and I think that brings it up to about $5 billion, which is good. I think there are places where we possibly could have cut a little more spending, but it's a tough time because you've got one group that wants to put a lot of money in the bank, and you've got another group that would like to spend every penny that we have. So it takes negotiations, and I think the budget, all in all, is a fair budget. And the thing that really I find most upsetting is that there was this Senate bill, Senate Bill 442, and I put an amendment on that bill, and that would have withheld giving state dollars to Penn State, Pitt, Temple, or Lincoln if they, particularly, we know for a fact that the University of Pittsburgh is currently doing what I call unethical, it's just awful, unethical research on elective abortions. They're sewing the human scalp of an unborn child onto the back of a rat. And I just don't think that it can be any worse than that. I thought we were fortunate enough to get it through the House in terms of making those restrictions be a part of the budget, that they would have to agree to stop doing it, or if they're not doing it, that they wouldn't do it. They had to agree to that. It passed out of the House and it went over to the Senate. And I must admit that I was very, very disappointed. The leader over there, Kim Ward, didn't seem to think that, I think maybe she was more interested in the University of Pittsburgh than she was the unborn. And, I'm pretty disappointed in the fact that I think there were like a total of 7 senators that voted not to give Pitt the funding. I'm going to be on Sam Lisancio next week, so this is going to be the topic that we're going to be talking about. And I know what a passion Sam has for unborn, for protecting the unborn, and I'm looking forward to that conversation with him.
Representative Knowles, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck in your last few months in office.
Thank you, Lisa.
Today's news feature is brought to you by The Cheese Store and more. Go to their Facebook page to see their specials and check out their catering menu.